So I decided to do another conversion factor problem just to show a slightly more complicated example. Okay, so in this one we've got a car is traveling at 67 kilometers per hour. What is the speed in meters per second? Now in this case, I'm probably going to have to use two conversion factors because, or maybe more, because I've got two. This is a compound unit. This is a compound unit. It's got more than one single unit in it, unlike the last example. So we'll use conversion. We'll use equalities that we know intuitively anyway. Hopefully we do anyway. We know we've got 1,000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. And again, that gives us two conversion factors. I've got 1,000 meters divided by 1 kilometer. Or I've got 1 kilometer divided by 1,000 meters. So I'm going to start from there. I'm just going to do it one step at a time, and hopefully you'll see how this works. So I know I've got 67 kilometers, and I'm going to change how I write the unit. I'm going to put the kilometers on top and the hours on the bottom. Normally they're written kilometers per hour with the slash there, but I'm going to just put the hour on the bottom and put it in proper fraction form. I'm going to put my equal sign over here, and I know that I want my answers in meters per second. Okay, so I'm just going to do the first part first, and just the meters part first. I know I want to have meters on my answer, so I look at my two conversion factors and say, well, which one has the meters on? Where is it? Oh yeah, it's here on the top. Okay, so I'm going to choose the one that has the meters on the top, and that's this one. So that means I'm going to put 1,000 meters here divided by 1 kilometer. I'm going to use that one first. Okay, and I'll follow that one through, and it's kind of going to give me a sort of a funny unit to begin with, and then I'm going to use something else to get it to seconds. So if you notice, I've got kilometers on the top and kilometers on the bottom, and I'm multiplying 67 by 1,000, so that gives me 67,000 meters per, what's my unit of time? It's hours. Okay, and at this stage what I think I'll do is I'll come down a little bit and I'll write my next equality. I've got a couple of them. I've got 67,000, let me just rewrite what I had before, meters per hour, and I know I want to go to meters per second. The equalities that I'm going to use are ones that you already know intuitively. So that is, there are 1 hour is equal to 60 seconds. So again, this gives us two conversion factors. 1 hour divided by 60 seconds, or 60 seconds divided by 1 hour. So I know I'm going to use one of them in my 60 minutes. That should be 60 minutes, not 60 seconds. Okay, there's my minutes. So I know I want to get seconds on my answer. So I know I'm not done with that. I'm going to need to go from minutes to seconds. So I know I have 1 minute. It's going to be equal to 60 seconds. And again, this will give us two conversion factors. 1 minute equal to, divided by 60 seconds. And that's also equal to 60 seconds divided by 1 minute. Okay. So I have to kind of choose which one do I use, which conversion factor do I use. So again, if you look at your answer, you'll see that you need to have seconds on the bottom. So I'm going to choose to have seconds on the bottom. So I'm going to use this conversion factor here. And I might as well work my way backwards. So I'm going to write this one here, 1 minute divided by 60 seconds. And nothing is going to cancel here because I've got meters. That should be 67,000, sorry. That should be meters per hour. So these units are not going to cancel out at all. So I need to have another conversion factor in here somewhere. And I need to basically get rid of the minutes, and I need to get rid of the hours. So I'm going to look down here. My hours are on the bottom. Now the only way to get rid of something from an equation is to, if it's on top, then you divide by it, and if it's on the bottom, then you multiply by it. So basically, if my hour is on the bottom, that means I need to choose the conversion factor that puts the hour on top. Because otherwise I wind up with this funny kind of thing happen, last example, where you wind up with an hour squared, okay? And that's not what I want. I want a nice simple unit. So I'm going to pop in a multiplication symbol. I'm going to use this one. 1 hour divided by 60 minutes. Multiplied by 1 minute divided by 60 seconds. Now let's just follow the units here and let's see what happens. So I've got meters on top, and that's exactly what I wanted because that's on my answer. And we had sorted out in the last part of the problem. I've got hours on the bottom, and that's going to cancel with the hour on top. And then I've got minutes on the bottom, and I've got minutes on top over here. And of course I've arranged that in such a way as it will happen. Minutes are gone. So if you look, the only unit that I've got left is seconds. So that gives me meters divided by seconds, which is exactly what I wanted. Okay. So I've got 67,000 meters divided by 60 times 60. So that's 67,000 divided by 60 times 60 is 3,600. And that gives me 18.61 recurring meters per second. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Now, of course, there's a quick way of going from kilometers per hour to meters per second, and that's if you take all those conversion factors that we had, which was the meters per second. So I knew I had 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So I know I'm going to have something over here in kilometers per hour times 1,000 meters meters per kilometer per 1 kilometer times my 1 hour divided by 60 minutes and my 1 minute divided by 60 seconds. Now, this will work for every conversion, okay, when it comes to kilometers per hour and meters per second. I'm just going to line these up for a second. Let's just get a really, really quick one, okay. My minutes cancel, my kilometers cancel, my hours will cancel here. So again, I'm only left with my answer is going to be in meters divided by seconds. So it's going to be something meters over seconds. And basically this is going to give me 1,000 divided by 60 times 60, which is 3,600. So the quick way, if you're going from kilometers per hour to meters per second, is divide your answer by, well, 1,000 divided by 3,600. So you divide your answer by 3.6. Okay, that's the quick way, but you should get used to using the units first. And of course, if you're going the other way around, if you're going from meters per second to kilometers per hour, then you multiply by 3.6. That sorts out the number for you, but you need to know how to work the conversion factors for the units. Okay.